Hey folks, Dave here with another review. Today's going to be a little bit different. I'm kind of emotional because this is my first review back from Hurricane Harvey. It really did a number on us down here in Texas. Now my equipment was pretty much destroyed. So I'm glad to be making this video. I was without power and internet for a while. Cable One, who monopolizes the internet down here, didn't bother to bring it back up until they felt like it. So it was just terrible. I want to say thanks to all the friends and family that helped us out during this situation. A lot of family helped us out, stepped it up. I want to say thank you to a whole bunch of the organizations that helped us down here, like HEB, Salvation Army, Salvation's Hands, or the Savior's Hands. A lot of Christian and Catholic organizations stepped it up and helped out, where a lot of the organizations that are getting a lot of airtime, like Red Cross and FEMA, deserve a thumbs down because they didn't help anybody. FEMA wasn't here. HEB was out there cooking food for people in their trucks. Salvation Army was out there giving out food, giving out MREs, doing all this other stuff. Tide was here washing people's clothes along with HEB, and they really stepped it up. Walmart was nowhere to be seen down here, and you know, they act like they're the people's friend. You know, FEMA was a joke. Red Cross was nowhere to be seen. So before you give money to these organizations, look into them, people. Look into them, because I digress. I digress. Let's go back to this this review, I guess. This is going to be more of a comparison video. I purchased this CA-04 Stormbomb from FansProject from this guy off Facebook a few years ago, maybe 3 or 4, and he swore to me it was legit, but when it arrived it was fake. Okay, but about a week ago, 2 weeks ago, there was a loose storm bomb on eBay for sale, and they had repro labels, and I couldn't tell if it was fake or not. So I asked around in the Facebook groups, and you know, there were no help. I got some guy who actually made a comment about his dingus and how one will bite you in your dingus and the other one won't. And I'm sure he's probably talking about personal experience, but that's a little bit too much information for me, and was basically useless. I looked up information online and I couldn't find anything that really pointed out the differences between this guy and the original that you could see just by looking at a pic. There was answers of, oh, one's looser than the other, but there's no way to tell that on the picture. So I figured might as well give it a try. I purchased the figure, it arrived, and I am going to point out some of the differences between the two. I will do this in nothing but in the robot mode, because that's where you can see the differences. When they're in the insect mode, they look basically the same. All right, this is the actual one. You can tell by their repo labels, and this is the fake one. Okay, so there is that. First off, the joints on the fake are very loose. They are right. This one I kind of was questioning it when I first got it, because the legs were pretty decent, but when I popped off the joint, there was clear nail polish. So the guy thickened it, but why he did the legs but not the arms is beyond me. Okay, it's just weird. Now, right off the bat, the grids here, right? The grids here are a little bit lighter gray painted, painted in the lighter gray compared to the original. The grid is dark purple here, dark purple, darker gray here. The purple is actually darker on the KO than it is on the original. The gray pieces, like this and this, this one has like a sheen to it, like a shiny part to it, and it's not the stickers, it's the actual plastic. But this one, the KO, Right, the KO has like a flat gray surface. So same thing with the weapons. I mean, these have like a sheen to it on the metal, on the plastic itself. Almost like a glossy finish, where this one just has a flat gray color. Alright, pull these off. Alright, put these to the side here. Now, one thing you will notice is a lot of the joints on this thing, the original, are nice and stiff. I mean, but if you go to the KO, stand up, they're loose. Okay, so there is that. Going on other pieces. On the crotch, whoops, on the crotch, this little design here is long. Alright, it's maybe about an inch, maybe a little bit less. Okay, but on the KO, it's short. You can actually see through the grade plastic because it's a cheaper grade plastic, but they're smaller. Let's see if I can. Okay, they're smaller. They're not as long here as they are here. See, one's shorter than the other. Right? These circle bits, they actually look like they're complete, and there's a little flashing over it to show off. But on the KO, it looks like it was cut too close. So there is that. On the ab section, in the original, this little line to separate, I guess, the abs is very close together. Alright, and on the KO, there's a wider gap there. It's just wider. Right. If you go to the head on the original looks way more cleaner than this. A lot of the lines on this original look a lot cleaner, a lot closer than the KO. The KO almost looks like the mold was stretched out. I don't know how else to explain it other than it looks like the mold just separated a little bit. Flashing on the top. Okay. Some flashing there. Not visible on the original. Right. See. Again, gaps. It just looks like the mold suffered from stretchiness on the KO, because look at the gap on the leg. Nice, clean, and thin. This one, thicker. Way thicker. Right, there's more separation in that gap. All right. Again, loose joints. I mean, from the top, from the original, from the nut KO. On the KO, this little joint here, connection joint, seems like more, it protrudes out more than on the original, which is more recessed. If you turn the arms to the side, ask for them to turn the arms to the side, the mushroom peg on the KO is bigger, and it doesn't allow it to go all the way into the arm. I mean, I'm pretty sure they could shave that, but there is that. And the original goes all the way in. Then there's the pin here. Okay, this looks like a plastic peg. And on this one, the KO, the pin looks, well, like a pin. It's smaller. See? One's thicker, bigger, and one's smaller. Right. There's the marks here, I guess, where it was connected to the plastic thing. Okay, there's one big one here. Right? One, and on the original there's two. 1, 2. Right. Where it was cut from the sprue, I guess. Where the injection marks are. On the KO, a lot of the lines again, they just look not as clean, not as crisp. They seem rounded a lot. On the legs, the post on the original, okay, the pivot or the post here, the connection joint here is closed off, right? It's closed off. That one looks open, but in the front it's closed off. But on the KO, they used some joints that you can actually see through. So that's a big one. So ask them to take a picture of the side there, because look, I can see my finger behind it. Okay. On my KO, this piece keeps coming off, but I guess you can super glue that. Oops. I'll super glue it later. If you go to the back on the KO, there's a post here. These combine and become the back of the insect. The post on here is on the bottom and the slot is on the top, and it's reversed on the other leg. But on the original, it's reversed. The peg is on the top and the slot is in the bottom, and so forth. All right, so there is that. Okay, what else did I see? I know I saw something else. Okay, these heel parts, as you can tell, there is one peg that's longer that kind of lets you able to put them in an A stance, right? But in the KO, they put them on backwards, so they're in the wrong side. Now, I've seen pictures on this knee joint. Okay, on this knee joint, I've seen pictures where the screw is showing on the outside of one of the knee joints. I've seen one where it's on the right, but on mine, it's actually on the left. Right? You can see it there. But if you go over to this one, the actual legit one, no screw and no screw. It's actually both on the inside. All right. See, what else did I see? I think that's pretty much a lot there that shows off. You can see it. Once you get these things in hand, you'll be able to tell the difference. One weighs a lot more than the other. Well, not too much more, but it weighs more. There's a weight difference. This one just feels cheaper. The plastic feels cheaper. It feels more flexible compared to the original. It's just, you can tell the difference. I mean, this gray is more visible than this flat gray. It pops more. Pops more is what I'm trying to say. And there's other things. Forgot to say, flashing cuts all over the place from the sprues on the KO. There's some there. There's some there. Where else did I see some? I saw some somewhere else. I just can't remember where. That just aren't there in the original. So there are ways to tell, and if the seller is not willing to take those pictures, I would stay away, because I mean, visibly, if you don't look for those parts, you can miss them. You can miss it, and then you'll be stuck with the KO that just isn't that great. You will regret buying the KO because it's just not as good as the original. There is a difference. There's a quality difference. I mean, look at that. That's just terrible. Arms can't even see. Well, this one, okay, the quality is just different. I was going to compare it with this one, but I wanted to see if there was any running changes that they did between this first release compared to this recolor, and there doesn't seem to be. So, why does mine have extra arms? Oh, okay, that was a running change. But you just gotta be careful with it. It's just ask them for details, ask them for detailed pics, ask for that joint to be shown, ask for the legs to be shown. I mean, just there's several things you can do. That way it won't. Here's another thing. The peg on this original one is slightly cut so that it fit that joint better, and on the KO it's just pointed, so it doesn't really fit that joint. Well, actually there's two. It doesn't fit that joint that's supposed to go in there properly. So it's yeah, see, it doesn't work. So there is that. Just if the pictures, if it seems like it's spread out too much, the little panel lines seem like it's spread out too much, it's more than likely the KO. If the plastic looks too purple, too dark purple, it's probably the KO. If those pins look wrong, it's the KO. The legs have those see-through connection joints, it's the KO. So watch out there, folks, watch out. And that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching. Hopefully this video will help you out. Please like and subscribe. If you have any questions, let me know below. I don't mind answering, and more than likely I'm going to do a written blog review on this, because this needs to be put out there. I mean, people want to buy a legit figure, and just because people can be jerks on Facebook doesn't mean that they're helping anyone. You know, that you can be a jerk on Facebook all you want, but people are there asking for help because they want a legit figure on there. And hopefully this video and the blog post I'm going to write will give a person a chance to not get ripped off like I did. I paid $60 for this figure. $50-$60 for this figure, and I regretted the second it happened, and the guy disappeared, and you know, PayPal tried to get me back my money, and it just never happened because the guy disappeared. And I don't know, just be careful, folks. You know, ask for the detail pics. Don't be afraid, because you know, it's your purchase, it's your money. You make them earn that money, you know, and don't pay using friends or family. Make them, you know, if they want to buy the stuff, they let them pay for it. And that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching. Have a great afternoon, weekend, evening. And as always, God bless. Bye.